Yeah, keep laughing, dude. It's not funny when you get help, is it?
Let's go further down the street, Alpha.
Alright.
He's down. Yo, he's down over there. He's down, bro.
Hard left, hard left.
Fall back. To the left over there.
Extraction.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Down. He down.
Nice. Nice.
And nothing in between. Never anything in between.
Right.
That one down.
What's the highest damage? Oh yeah, righteous.
Yeah.
I saw a DRD kid yesterday called me out for using an MDR macro. He said,
Oh yeah.
"He was too fast."
They're flanking from behind.
I got
Their
one down.
shots. There's like no delay on this gun anyways. What?
Right.
Right.
Down. Ooh.
Nice.
Bro, this right here could be deep.
Did you shoot it?
The enemy has acquired the boost.
What's going on, everyone? Be Righteous from Identity, and I know that last week I said that the build I was going to upload this week is one that will probably be viable for the overhaul, but I think that'll have to be put on hold because this build right here hit so hard I couldn't wait. I had to do it first. So if it's your first time here and you're interested in builds from DPS all the way to skill, also Division 2 news and features, then please drop a like and hit that subscribe button. I'm sure you'll love it here, and I definitely appreciate all the support. It all started with the Urban Legend, my favorite by the way, which was a balanced rifle build with great damage potential. Then came Obliterating Aim, and this one was a straight hitter. I mean, sometimes I couldn't even believe how fast the damage was being dealt. Now, Headless, a build that possesses the strengths of both of these in one and carries with it, again, another one of the best rifle talents that never gets used. Trust me, if I hit you in the head, you'll see why I call it Headless. In the heat of battle, this build's talent works in perfect harmony with the correlation of how rifles are fired and the pattern in which the bullets hit the target you're aiming at, so everything just feels natural. This trifecta of builds makes for a composition that is similar in style, each offering unique skills that any squad would be honored to have on their side. At this point, I might as well put these three builds under the same umbrella. It's like they're brothers in arms, so from this moment on, they'll be known as part of the Urban Legend series. Any build wielding the Urban MDR has the possibility to be a part of this series, just depends on the build. It has to be a beast though. Anyways, that's just a personal endeavor of mine. With all that being said, I'm very eager to show you what this build is and the talent it utilizes. So let's get into this. Okay, yo, here's the build, and I'm running the sharpshooter specialization. One of my favorites, really. I don't know if it's my first or second, but reason why is because I love rifles, and the sharpshooter specialization goes hand in hand with rifles. The weapons I'm using are the Urban MDR, the Nemesis exotic sniper rifle, and 1911 just for protected reload. But this is the talent I was talking about. I rarely see this talent used. This is one of those talents that got buffed like Boomerang got buffed, where nobody used it before because it wasn't really strong enough. I'm hitting for 60k with my Urban MDR, which is extremely high. And the talent is Breadbasket. Remember in the thumbnail it said 300% headshot damage. Okay, this Urban MDR is already hitting 156% headshot damage. Now, if you wanted to, you can use this 45% headshot scope, the digital scope that's exclusively for sharpshooter specialization. But personally for me, the zoom is too much. You can't really be that effective when you want to be on the move. This is for people who want to sit back more so, because the way that I play, I move around, I'm nimble with my rifle, and I like to be up close as well. So this right here doesn't really fit with my playstyle, but I think it's really good for PvE, or if you just want to sit back. So I'm already hitting for 156% headshot damage. Now breadbasket, what it does, every time you land a body shot, it stacks a 50% headshot bonus, and it stacks up to 3 times. When it's stacked up, the next headshot you do does an extra 156 headshot damage. Crazy, man. So like I said in my introduction, in the heat of battle, this build's talent works in perfect harmony with the correlation of how rifles are fired and the pattern in which the bullets hit the target you're aiming at, and that makes it feel really natural. What that means is that when you're firing a rifle, the natural disposition of the pattern is that you hit the body a couple times, you hit the head, you hit the body, you hit the head. So it goes in tandem with that pattern. so this talent breadbasket, I think the devs were thinking about that in mind, because that's how I fire rifles. You know, when I'm firing, I'm not always aiming at the head because the head is, you know, hard to hit. So they're moving around, you're hitting the body, boom, boom, boom. When they stop and try and hard aim you, there goes their head right there, clear as day. And there goes that 300% headshot damage that I was talking about. So this build's damage potential is insane. And also, if you didn't know, the Urban MDR has a hidden headshot multiplier that no other rifle has. That's why when I have discussions with people about which rifle is the best, and man, why you always using the Urban MDR, this and that, there was a video I saw like a couple months back that said why the Urban MDR is the best rifle in the game. It was uploaded by some guy that he has low subscribers, but you know, it was just a random video that I came across, and he did a test between the MK17 and the Urban MDR, and he did a comparison. He shot with the MK17 and then he shot with the Urban first. Each shot to the head was the same amount to take the target out. So the Urban MDR has more rounds and it fires faster than the MK17, which means it's better to run than the MK17. I don't know why they did this to the Urban MDR, but it's always been my favorite rifle, and there's always been something about it, and that's just an added bonus to using this weapon. Honestly, I just noticed that this has protected reload, so I guess I'm just gonna have to change the pistol that I use and find another holster talent. Let me know down in the comments which one you think will be good with this build, guys. The secondary I'm using is the Nemesis exotic sniper rifle. I've used this before in my blind stealth build. It's a great sniper rifle. I love it. And this is why also I didn't use the 45% headshot scope, because I sit back with the Nemesis. When I want to sit back and scope and be patient, I use the Nemesis. With the headshot damage that's on the Urban MDR, you could half charge this weapon and destroy people. That's how strong it is on this build. When I was using it on blind stealth, the headshot damage wasn't as strong because I didn't focus on that. So you're gonna see how much headshot damage I have on this build on my pieces, and you'll see why it's so strong. Okay, for the build I have an Overlord mask with concussion, of course. Came with 36% hazard protection and something else, I don't know, but I rolled 50% damage to elites because you do not need crit chance on this build. That's what's so beautiful about headshot builds. You know, you can put damage to elites, so this is for both PvE and PvP. You can go through the dark zone and not have a worry in the world. Chest piece, best in slot for sniper, marksman rifle builds, pristine example, hands down. Okay, the best in slot. Now this came with 21% headshot damage. I'm like, yep, this is what I'm using for my headshot build. I rolled 15% weapon damage. Why not? I mean, why not? And so when you're not in combat, or when you don't get hit, you're doing an extra 30% weapon damage. Crazy. And this is perfect for sniper rifle builds and rifle builds, because you're always going to be at a distance, you're always going to be creeping up on somebody, and so this is the best talent for that type of play style. Now for the mods, I just have in here rifle damage mods, of course, because I want to make my Urban MDR as strong as possible. For the holster, I'm using a Fenris holster with precise, specifically for the headshot damage. Now I actually might switch this holster out because I'm not even using an AR. I might switch it out for an Alp Summit holster because it'll give me a utility mod slot and an offensive mod slot, and it also will give me precise if I roll this on there. Now that extra utility mod slot will help out because it'll give me reload speed. I could throw reload speed on there and throw extra rifle damage. I just didn't have it, so you know, I wanted to come out with this build and I didn't have it yet. So once I get it, I'm gonna swap it out for an Alps. So just take note of that. I'm not using the AR, so it's no point really using Fenris. This Gila Guard backpack has been one of my favorites for as long as I can remember. It has 2 armor rolls on it and it has 11% weapon damage on it, which helps make this build hit so hard. And it has hardened and efficient. Efficient is invaluable in the DZ and in conflict. Some of you say that you don't really notice that this works that much, but trust me, I notice it. 50% is a lot, and most of the time I'm getting my armor kits back. So efficient is the perfect name for this. For the gloves, I got devastating Alp Summit gloves with 12% rifle damage. So on these gloves alone, I'm doing 23% weapon damage. That is nuts. So Alp Summit climbing gloves are the best in slot for this build. So I got precise and devastating. That's the combination you want on this build to maximize your damage as much as possible. And you already know what I'm rocking for the knee pads. I mean, I didn't want to run composure because always when you're not running a hill, entrenched is the best thing to run on rifle builds. Because when you're in cover, you're doing those headshots, you get 15% of your armor back when you do a headshot. Not when you kill somebody with a headshot, when you land a headshot. And I wrote 12% total armor on here. So that, along with the 2-piece overlord, it gives me an extra 7.5% total armor, which is good. And with all the damage I'm dealing on this build, it's okay that I'm at 313k armor, because before they know it, they're done for. It's crazy how much of these pieces, from the weapons to the gear to the skills, work in harmony with each other. Like the drone, defender drone, you don't have no skill power on this build, but it gives you 2 amazing mods for this. I think these might be the best mods for any of the skills. I mean, 80% duration, 80% skill haste. How could you beat that? And they're free, especially in PvE, because it's great in PvE. And I have 50% damage to elites on this build. And of course you want to use the booster hive so you can be on the move. You want to be moving fast with this because you want to zone your enemy. You don't want them to get close. I mean, if you're crafty with this, you can fight them up close, but for the most part, you don't want them to get close. Now, I think I'm gonna switch this grenade out for the concussion grenade, because when I down people from a distance, they seem like they're always getting up. So I'm gonna just, you know, put that in there instead. I don't really need the flashbang grenade. And yeah, that's it. That is it for the build, y'all. Here are the stats if you wanted to know, but this build is very strong. This is part of, like I said, the Urban Legends series, and I'm gonna keep making urban MDR builds, and if it fits the profile, it's gonna go in this playlist. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this build. I definitely think that you should make a build with breadbasket, whether it's an AR build, because this is not a rifle exclusive build. You could hit somebody in the body 3 times with an AR and activate breadbasket. So this is an all-around talent. You can put it on LMGs, you can put it on ARs, you can put it on whatever, but I think that it's strongest with rifles. So like I said, next week I'm really gonna try this time to drop the build that I think will be viable for the overhaul. I just had to do this one because I didn't want to wait any longer. So until next time, I'll see you in the next build video. Be right out.